are we going?
Okay.
What's Leon? What is that from? Do you know?
Hey, buddy. Wow, he's actually really interactive. Okay. He's never that way if I don't walk up. Oh my gosh. He's never that way if I don't walk up with a camera. Look at him now. Okay, yeah.
Look what he's laying on. Guess what
Baby
today
Yoda?
is? May the 4th. Show him over there.
Huh? Oh.
I got the Baby Yoda plush. My brother had actually pre-ordered it from Amazon back when they came out, like right after the show premiered in November. But the problem was that they had so many pre-orders that they couldn't even fulfill those. So they canceled it. And so I was waiting until the Build-A-Bear came out. They didn't even announce when they did that, and they sold out within minutes. So finally, Walmart got the plush I think Amazon was selling. I'm pretty sure this is the same one. So now we have the Baby Yoda for $25. Better deal than paying $40 for the Build-A-Bear. So
Yeah.
today, also, I don't know if you care about this, but Shop Disney released some like really rare Star Wars merch, you know, for the May the 4th, and usually you would have been able to get some of that at the parks. But people have been waiting in line for 5 to 6 hours, and they didn't get anything because they set up a virtual queue, kind of like we did that with something else, the Jeffree Star collection. This is the same thing that happened with them, and they're still waiting in line, and they didn't get anything.
Wow.
I didn't even try.
Yeah.
I just kind of been making my own Star Wars shirts. There is a Baby Yoda Loki that came out today. And there was a bunch of other ones I really do want. But I didn't realize that Loki now has like 5 sizes. When did they do that?
Really?
Have they always done that?
No.
I thought it was like small and large.
I didn't know it was even that.
Yeah, now they have a child, small, medium, large, and extra large. I don't even know what size I am. It's $22.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so the
Okay, my rant's over. I'm gonna go. I'll be right back.
Okay. The state parks open back up today. We have no intentions of going to the actual, well, some of my other videos that you've seen of me posting, well maybe you've seen, of me posting where I'm walking around in the woods taking pictures. That's where we're going. It's another part of a state park. I just don't think anybody knows about it, and there's nobody ever there. I've been there 20 or 30 times, never seen anybody there. So that's where we're gonna go. So yes, we are going out when they just open things back up, but the section of the park we're going to never has anybody there. I mean, I could have continued going through the whole stay-at-home order quarantine and probably would have never seen anybody there and been perfectly fine. But we waited until it was back open, and we're gonna go there today.
Had to go.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
They're finally going out of the house.
Yeah.
Here
we go. We're rolling out. Bye. Wow. So really embarrassed to show this, but this is the whole process of taking everything down from the van. Hopefully I'll actually edit this video and upload it so I can have documentation of what it'll look like prior to what it's going to look like when it's done. Okay. I look like a doodle right now. There you go.
Here's you some snacks.
Any weenies?
I was trying to get the beanie weenies out so we could show everybody, but
You've been trying to get them out since I started walking around?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I gotta buckle up. Long time. Am I rolling?
He's giving me a hard time because I'm trying to better our business.
We're trying to do work as we're trying to enjoy ourselves. You can't have both at the same time. Well, I guess you can.
Dreams don't work unless you do.
But you have to be lenient. Dreams don't work unless you do? Okay, was that a line from High School Musical?
No, that is a line that I try to live by.
Dreams don't work unless you do.
Yes.
That is, I mean, where did you hear that from?
I've always heard that, probably from Tumblr, to be honest. Well, we're going back home because he didn't use the bathroom before he left, like a responsible child.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm going to get something to eat. I'm so excited to go back to Cancun. Guys, look at that.
Look how amazing Cancun
Look,
looks.
it's so beautiful. Beautiful sign. I can't wait to see the sign turned on. We're going home. We may never make it, honestly.
Well, it's 1:30 right now, so I hope that we make it. I hope that stopping by the next 2 stops that we've got to make doesn't cause us 5 hours of delay so the park is closed. Oh, I was going to say this. I don't know if we'll be able to record this, but I thought it would be really cool if we tried. You know there's a meteor shower tonight, right? Yep. So I think I'm going to try to take some pictures of the meteor shower. I mean, the likelihood of me getting a picture of a meteor in the meteor shower is like none. But
Your moms do that?
yeah, probably. The only downfall is the part where it's supposed to be the highest, the peak, is right before dawn. So right before the sun comes up is where it's supposed to be its highest point.
I won't see that happen.
I might have a slumber party at Gangy's house. I'll sleep on the couch.
She's got a nice couch now.
Yeah, she does. Alrighty, well, we'll pick back up here in just 5 seconds. We both got our potty breaks. And we're rearing to go. She's got some crackers. You got anything to say?
Show on the road. I'm just sitting here thinking, where the heck are we going? Does this road go to Ponce de Leon?
Is it playing?
Yeah.
Okay, no, yeah. This is the way I go every time I go to Ponce de Leon from our house. And this dirt road, when I first, when I was in high school, started getting on this dirt road, it looked totally different. They've come in now and cleared out the whole side of the road all the way down. Almost to the end of the dirt road. Here, show them. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know if it's because of all the storms that we were having, and if it was getting like damage or stuff like that. They've just come in and just cleared everything out. But it's crazy how much they've cleared out on this road. You couldn't even be able to see that house.
I'm trying not to invade these people's personal property, so.
Oh, okay, I see. Alright. Alright, well.
Looks like a mess. I can imagine when it rains, it'll be a big mudslide.
Good thing it ain't supposed to rain. Like, I don't think there's a chance of rain until, I think, the weekend, and it's a very small chance of rain, so hopefully they'll get majority of the work done before then.
Alright guys, this is how you know that you're in Holmes County. Why is every road, their sign is chopped off or taken down?
The only good thing about this is they have a Boswell Crossroads sign over there.
That's the only way you know where you are.
Yeah.
I
What's
feel
the
so
name of
bad for people who are like trying to use directions to get somewhere.
Yeah.
Because no, everywhere you go,
Yep.
there's not going to be a road sign.
Yep.
Little punk teenagers hitting them with bats.
Well, I've never hit one with a bat. I've never hit one at all. But I've wanted to take one that had already fallen down before, but I didn't. I let it lay in the ditch until somebody came and got it.
Somebody hit ours down, and then we asked for a new one, and it took like 2 years.
Golly.
Finally got it up. And it's kind of bent because somebody hit that pole, so it's my mom and dad's. Ours are cut down all around our house. It doesn't say Barner Street. You can see you, thank you.
We gotta. Will you just slowly get further and further and further this way?
Gosh.
But yeah,
You're supposed to see him, so.
I can't see myself. All I see is the camera, but I just want to make sure that we're not filming just the tip of my nose.
You can see your whole head. Peanut
Wow, that's
head.
pretty good. That's pretty amazing because my head's pretty big.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe we literally just went this back road just to go to Highway 90.
What's wrong with that? Would you have rather drove all the way through town to get to Highway
We
90?
just passed by like 3 big trucks on the road and it was bumpity. The camera looked like this.
We didn't film the whole time.
I filmed when it was bumpy. It was looking like this.
It was looking like this.
They gonna think I can't even hold my arm still. I can't, but that's beside the point.
Okay, well, we're on a smooth highway now, so we're good to go.
I'm kind of debating on what I would want. Would I want it to be Disney themed? Do I want it to be... What else would you say?
I don't know. We've already got a lot of stuff that's Disney themed, but it would make sense for it to be Disney
We could do Star Wars.
We've already got a lot of stuff that's Star Wars themed, but it would make sense if we did Star Wars themed.
I also thought... I had thought at some time, I thought I saw Small Town Murder had made like a fabric piece before, or someone had done something like that before. That would be really cool.
Actually, go ahead and explain. Flip the camera out, grab the thing, and explain what Small Town Murder is.
And look at myself.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
It's the other side. It's the other side, right there.
Okay. All right. So, hold on. Small Town. These glasses look ridiculous. Small Town Murder is a crime podcast that specifically covers small towns and crimes that happen there. And their basis is, I think it has to have less than 70,000 people or 50,000. I can't remember. It's somewhere in there.
That's all of Holmes County.
Okay, no, that's literally all of the Panhandle. There's not a town other than maybe...
Dothan. That town
That's
in
less
the
than
area.
50.
I thought it had over 100.
I thought it had less.
I thought it had over
I don't know.
100.
Anyways, but every town around Dothan is small.
Right.
Like Rehoboth and Ozark, all the places. So
What's the closest town that you've heard them cover to us?
at first it was Pensacola, a town outside of
okay.
Pensacola. But now they just did an episode of Greens. What is it called? It's right there above Marianna. Greensboro? No, that's in Tallahassee. What is that town? I've talked about it before.
I have no idea. I've never heard of anything right above Marianna.
It's right next to Two Egg. Y'all would know.
Two Egg?
Yes, it's next to Two Egg.
I didn't think Two Egg was near Marianna.
Yeah, it is. I had some friends that went to school, lived in Two Egg, and went to school in Shipley. I'm really mad about this.
Well, pause the camera, look it up. and
I'll look it
repause
up. Alright guys, so I looked it up and it's actually Greenwood, Florida.
Greenwood.
And they talked about Hurricane Michael in that episode of Greenwood, by the way. And they felt really bad for us. And they said they really didn't know much about the hurricane. So if that tells you anything...
Yeah, they don't know anything about the hurricane.
They live in Phoenix,
but if
Arizona.
it would have happened anywhere else in the United States, they would know all about it.
Exactly.
Not saying nothing about them.
You know, and they
That's not their
said
fault.
they actually researched it enough and had figured out, they read some people's Facebook posts from that area. So it was really cool. I probably could have known somebody they were talking about. But they said they had read and figured out that Marianna was hit, you know, pretty bad in the Greenwood area and Shipley. And they mentioned some of that. So it made me really happy to know that somebody at least knew the stuff that had happened in that area. But they also talked about how their only grocery store was destroyed in Greenwood.
Yeah.
And that they have actually started rebuilding it. It might actually be rebuilt by now. If you live in that area, let me know.
Turn the camera around. I want to show, like, facing forwards. I want to show. Oh, did they take it down? Normally, no, it's right there. Look at that. There's a sign right there. What does it say?
Welcome to Walton County.
We're turning literally right at the Walton County line.
This actually has a Walton County address.
Yeah. See, this is going to the state. I don't think I've ever actually filmed this part on my other videos that I have out here. But it's literally down a dirt road. It's on a dead end road. Wow, they have control burned a bunch of this. Holy cow. This was nothing like this.
This right here is one of our walking paths.
No, that's a house, ain't it?
I thought it was a walking path.
No, that's a house. Holy cow.
There's a parking area.
Right here.
Where are we going?
They were...
Right down there on the right is where they have the Trailblazer Trot, or it starts. And we came...
Dude, this is insane.
Came through here on an HEV. I actually rode it. I didn't want the
There's...
full thing.
I can't remember if I talked about it in my other video. any of my other videos that I've done here. But they were doing control burns, and we'll walk back that way and I'll show you where it was at. But they have literally done. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. They were doing a controlled burn at the very back of this, and I guess they've just brought it all the way forward now.
Okay.
It's been a month and a half since I've been here.
I want to add that I drank some coffee before I got in this vehicle, and that doesn't happen because this is my hands.
It doesn't matter if that. Just keep it on.
I'm trying.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right, let me go pay for this, and then I'll be right back. Or you can get out.
I'm gonna finish talking about what I was talking about.
Okay, finish talking about stuff.
So, also in Small Town Murder, it's produced by James and Jimmy. They're comedians. They're the funniest comedians I've ever heard. I really like comedians, so I like people making me laugh. So maybe that's why I like Zachary so much. But but they're really funny to me, so you should give them a listen. And they're actually nominated for a Webby Award. So if you see this before May 7th, go vote for Small Town Murder. And they just made the top 50 podcasts for this month for Small Town Murder. And their other podcasts that they produce, Crime and Sports. And I thought I wouldn't like Crime and Sports because I do like sports, but, you know, I don't know, a podcast about sports. But it is hilarious. They actually just did an episode on War Machine, which was crazy. Me and Zach had actually just talked about War Machine, and I thought they had mentioned they were going to make one about him before, and then they finally did it. So
I still had one. Look at that. I still had one of these up here from, see, this is the new one, this is the old.
What do you think about Small Town Murder? He doesn't listen to it as much as I do, but
I don't listen to it nowhere near as much as she does. But I enjoy it. They're funny.
I know.
They're real
That's
funny.
what I was just saying, that I like comedians a lot, so.
Yeah, they're really funny. It's different than some of the other murdery type podcasts that, or, you know, true crime podcasts that we've listened to. They give a bunch of background information on the area, the town, the people, real estate, history of the town. I mean, I guess it makes sense because it gives you a very, like...
Every town's like Bonifay Town.
Right, well, it gives you a very good understanding of the area where this murder took place, and you could really understand, you know, the ins and outs of it better than someone just saying, oh, there's a small town and somebody got murdered in it. Like, you understand that it's...
How small it is.
Right, a murder happening in a town this small, it shakes up the neighborhood, you know. It's not like, you know, it's not like bigger places where you have murders kind of, not constantly, but, you know, more regularly than what you do around here, so. As
of right now, we're going to see them on September 12th in Orlando.
Here, you can keep talking. I'm going to get my bag.
Okay. Will that happen? It better, because I've been waiting on this for 2 years because I wanted to see them last year. But we were actually in Orlando the day that they were in Orlando, and I was so mad that we didn't get tickets, but they had already sold out by the time that I realized it, because I had just started really getting into listening to them as much as I do. So if you're watching this Small Town Murder, I'm your biggest fan. Promise. Bet.
Okay, so most of the time in my videos I just walk this main road here down to somewhere I want to go. Occasionally I'll go this way, but this track, it goes around down to that tree line down there, and then it comes back out to this main road.
Can we go that way?
We can go that way, yeah. But this road, or this trail I should say, does the same thing. It goes along that tree line, comes back out to this main road. But we're gonna walk on this road.
So does any other girl have the same Florida problem where it's time to wash your hair because it's really gross? Because I only try to wash my hair maybe once.
First off, why do you let your hair get to the point where it's really gross?
I'm trying to explain that here. So it's very healthy for your hair to not be washed, especially when you have 4 hairs on your head like me.
Gotcha.
It's gotten my hair to actually thicken up a lot.
Yep.
Ow. But
Thorn?
yeah, that's bad.
Another one right there.
But the thing is that when you have your hair black, you also don't want to wash your hair too much.
Spin the camera around.
Nobody wants to look at me. Because I can't see where I'm walking already, so.
Do you want me to film you?
Yes.
Here, if you're talking, I'll film. If I'm talking, you
Okay.
film. I hope you know that none of that I just said is going to get edited out. They're going to know my game plan.
So when you have black hair and you don't use I use a demi color now, which means it doesn't stay that long. So my brown starts coming out of my roots a little bit. So I don't need to wash it that much. But anyways, it gets to that really gross point where you have to wash it or you're not gonna be able to do anything with it. But you have thin hair, so you can't put your hair up when it's hot outside if you just wash your hair, because guess what? You're gonna have that little indentation in the rest of your hair, for the rest of the week that you have the rest of the week. So here I am walking in 90-degree weather. I can usually use a scrunchie, but I didn't bring one because I just waved it with a straightener. I thought it looked kind of good, so.
That's great. Why don't you start making scrunchies?
I'd have a sewing machine.
Scrunchies are still a thing? Like, girls still wear scrunchies?
That's a multi-million-dollar business.
Really? I thought like that was a 90s thing. Early 2000s.
It's crawling with them right now. There's a girl on TikTok who said she made $100,000 last year making scrunchies. I really want to buy some of
We
those.
should get into the scrunchy business. First off, can I just say this? Here we go. See if I can get it to. There we go.
Smells burnt.
This is the controlled burn they have. This is the trail. Look at how crazy that
They
looks.
sprayed it with water.
They sprayed it with water. They have to be constantly
My
spraying that water
papa
to get it so
used to work
perfectly.
for the forestry service,
Really?
and I've seen him do that before, and Mom does it too. When she doesn't want something to catch on fire, if they're burning something, they just go out there and spray it with water. Are they sure they have a big truck that they pull behind that's got a water tank on it, and they,
Just constantly spray it?
yeah.
I don't think that's an actual trail right ahead of us. I think we have to go this way. I've never actually been on this trail before.
I
Or
think
this
they're
part
kind
of the
figuring
trail.
out what they're gonna do.
Oh yeah, you should see the other side.
At some point, they said one was gonna be a bike trail, but I don't know which one that is.
That's that one over there that I was telling you about. Those trails go all over the place. It's crazy. They're wind. I wonder if they did the control burn over there too. If they did, I don't see how they kept all those trails up. But
I'm out here wearing chacos. While hiking. That's what you're supposed to do, though, right?
they make them for that, don't they?
The other ones are getting a little worn down. They get kind of slippery.
Yeah.
The chacos have a lot more
Well,
of
I'm
a
out
tread.
here wearing Sperry's, so I mean.
Chacos have more of a tread than my Tevas that I usually wear. Those not my water.
Aren't they like
shade, though.
technically like enemy brands, and you have both of them? That's what you should do. You should sit down at the
Give
dining room
sandal
table
review?
and give a solid Tiva and Chancla.
Okay.
sandal review.
I have one that I actually like better.
What is it?
It's not for outdoor use. They're mostly like relaxing sandals, but the yellow box yoga sandal. Everybody says them things are ugly. But I tell you what, they're the most comfortable shoes I've ever worn.
Yeah.
I haven't worn them in a while. But I've mostly been
Forgot you
wearing
had those.
my Teva. What are they called? I'm having brain farts today, guys.
The actual name of the sandal?
Yes,
Oh,
I
I
just
don't know
talked to
that.
you about it because I looked
don't
up
know.
some more.
I don't know
Hurricane Drift.
that. Oh,
That's the one
neat.
that I have because they're completely plastic, not plastic, rubber. Like they're all waterproof. And I got them so I could take to the parks, into the water park. And newsflash, they're not the best for wearing for 8 hours. They worked okay.
Gave her blisters pretty bad.
Yeah. My Chacos I can wear more for a longer period. The only thing is I'm not used to them because I actually just pulled these out
Yeah.
of storage from a year. So
I know in those Tevas though, you had just bought those when we went.
yeah.
So that probably played a major role.
I've
in
worn
why-
them out now. I probably
Yeah.
would wear them. We don't go to the
Probably fine
parks. If it's just me and you, we usually don't go, but like for, 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours max.
We're not. That's the one thing about. We make a lot of podcasts about Disney and everything, but that is the one thing about me and her. We don't go for long periods of time.
Well, if I'm tired, I like to take a nap. I really like to sleep, so
That's to me. That's the best way. If you get up, if you're going during the summertime, you get up, you go to the water park, you stay for about 4 or 5 hours, go back, take a nap, get up, go to Magic Kingdom or Epcot.
you know what some
Disney,
people,
especially during the summertime.
their thing that they do,
Florida.
they'll go to the water park during the summer,
Mhm.
so they'll get a silver pass.
Mhm.
And then, so during the summer, they buy the water parks pass.
Mhm.
So that's all they do all summer for 2 months. And then in the, like the winter and the other seasons, that's when they actually go to the parks.
Oh.
I wouldn't want to do that if I lived there, but I mean, if you got 5 kids, it makes a lot more sense to do that. It's
Yeah.
cheaper.
There's a really cool little thing I want to show in the video up here. Our video. Did you get tangled up?
Dang thorns.
Our videos that we have been filming have been doing a lot better than the videos that I say a lot better. They've been getting more views in the videos that I did prior.
Well, promoting them a lot more too.
That's true. There was about 4 or 5 that I filmed, and I want to film more of them now that the parks are back open. But anyway, the last one that I filmed and edited and posted, it was a picture. The whole video was just one picture of a tree. Did you watch it?
I watched it.
Remember, I showed you the picture. I know that. So you've seen the
And there was
picture of the tree.
sunlight hitting the tree.
Yep. You know what was cool?
Yeah.
That's the tree right there.
That bird one?
Yeah. That tree. That I'll see if I can find the picture and I'll see if I can find it. I know I have the
Camera
picture.
noise. Just copied it.
Camera noise.
He says that before he inserts a picture.
What?
Camera noise. And then there's a picture.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's what it said. Yeah. If I can find the picture. Say it one time.
Camera noise.
Okay. I'll put it up right there, and of that picture. Now, granted, I was probably standing right back there when I took that picture, but that tree looks a lot different now. That's crazy. That breeze feels really nice, doesn't it?
Especially on my sunburn. Tell you one place that I miss is Swanee River State Park.
I do. I kind of.
It's like my favorite one that we've been to.
I'm almost tempted to say, let's go back and stay there.
I don't know that the Airbnbs are open in Florida. You can only stay at hotels.
I don't want to stay at a hotel right now. You filming? You are? Okay. So something that me and Malia literally just talked about before we got out of the van that we wanted to bring up in this video was the fact that the Pentagon just released UFO videos. Because me and Malia have been saying all along that there's there's aliens out there. And if you watch, I don't want to talk too much about it because everybody that I talk about it to, I don't say too much about it. I just tell them to go watch it. So I don't know if you listen to the Joe Rogan podcast. I'm sure somebody that watches this does because it's pretty popular. But he had an episode with a guy named Bob Lazar. And what Bob Lazar talks about in that video, those videos from the Pentagon basically prove. So, just saying, go watch that Joe Rogan Experience podcast, and then go watch the videos from the Pentagon.
I started reading a book that was free on Amazon Kindle.
Can I just take a second? I don't think I ever released this video, but I did film a video at one point where all of this looked like that up there. They had burned it. And now it's all grown back. Thought that was pretty cool.
But in the book, it talks about this alien girl that comes to Earth and takes the body of a girl that has died, or someone that has died, as part of their like growing up experience. And in that, the girl says something. I have to look it up and maybe put a picture of it in here. But she says something like, "Do you not realize how many stars there are, and you can't imagine that there's more people out there than you?" Yeah. And I was like, wow. Because
there's a lot of...
Our sun is one star in the billions that there are out there. It's crazy.
I think there are other. Either that or we're in a simulation.
This is actually the Hunger Games.
It's actually the Hunger Games.
Everybody look up. Put your arrow in the sky. Where'd you go?
I wish I knew what that means, but I've never watched the Hunger Games. I've never read any of the books. I've never watched any of the movies.
Have you read the Harry Potter books?
I've read some of them. I've listened to a lot of them on audio recorder. Wow.
What about Twilight?
I've read the first book, read a little bit of the second book, but I've seen all the movies. But Harry Potter, I've listened on cassette tape, because all my vehicles here lately have had a cassette player. I've listened to all of them on cassette tape up to fourth, but I stopped because I stopped driving my van to work, or my actual personal van to work, so I wasn't able to listen to them as much.
I know you haven't read Divergent or Match series. So those are pretty much all of my
Something just crawled away in there.
favorite books.
Do you want to talk to them about Stephanie
Oh yeah.
releasing the...
Okay.
Oh, she's flipping it out. Uh-oh.
So we all have been sitting there reading
If your hand
Midnight
gets
Sun.
tired, just let me hold it.
Okay, it's already been
Alright,
tired.
let me-
So all of us real OG Twilight fans.
Okay.
Nobody say, "Oh, you're too young." There's no
Right.
way. I've heard that before.
Yeah.
I was there the day that the first Twilight movie came out on DVD at the movie gallery, waiting with my dad to go get that movie at like 6 o'clock in the morning. So I've been an OG fan.
But you got to think.
I was
How
very
long-
young when those books came out.
I was about to say you were young, but how long ago was that? Just the movie gallery in Bonifay. How long has it been since
That
a
movie
movie
came out in
gallery?
2010, I think. Right?
So that's 10 years ago.
Yeah. But the books had been out way before that.
It was early 2000s,
I-
wasn't it?
She had written all the books by the time that I had read them. That's, because I'm 22, so. People who were
Taylor
like
Swift.
5 to 6 years older than me, kind of read them as they came out. I think your
I can
sisters have said
remember-
that before too.
I can remember, I don't know about the Twilight, but I can remember being, I want to say I can remember for every Harry Potter release from the 5th on, book-wise, I went with my sister to Walmart at midnight to pick the book up.
Well,
I know for a fact I was there for the 7th
they had
one.
already been written by the time that I got into reading Harry Potter too. But the movies,
I can,
when I got
actually,
into
wait,
it,
wait,
the
can I
last
tell a
two
funny
movies
story
were
about
coming
that?
out.
Can I tell a funny story about that? I want to tell a funny story. Okay, so speaking of the Harry Potter, it's literally just take a second. Speaking of the Harry Potter books, I know for a fact I was with my sister when the 7th book came out because me and her were at Walmart at midnight or whenever it was when the books came out, and we were standing where the men's clothes are. I think we were looking at something like a shirt or pants or something like that. And me and her were both standing there. Hold this camera. We were both standing there, and then about as far away from that tree to me, we saw a guy push a cart full of boxes by us. And me and her both looked at each other and we were like, "You think that was it?" She goes, "Yeah." So we took off running. And then we caught up to that guy literally just as he was opening up the boxes, taking the books out. And then he was, I think, I
There were
want
people
to say, yeah, it was a pretty good amount of people there. I want to say he was literally taking them out of the box and handing them. I don't think they set him up on nothing because there was so many. I mean, probably eventually they set him up on something, but right there at the beginning, it was just, they were handing the books out to people. And what's a funny story is while we were standing there, another funny story, while we were standing there and she bought the book, I flipped open the book and read the last page. Because that's how I roll. And it talked about Harry eating a ham sandwich or something and it made no sense. So I was like, okay, that was pointless.
Yeah,
But-
the end of that book.
But here you go.
I was
Here's Stephanie Meyer's
surprised.
story.
I was surprised that J.K. Rowling, when I did finally read the last
Is
book,
it Rowling or rolling?
Rowling, I think.
Rowling?
When I read the
apologize,
last,
I
this camera's so heavy. When
Can
I
you hold
read the last, because there was a happy ending for most everybody.
Yeah.
And I didn't think there would be that because as much stuff that was bad that happened in those books, I did not expect that. But anyways, Twilight got that happy ending, that,
Yeah.
they ran off and they were going to love each other forever. Of course, for our heart's desire, like we all were so happy about that. But then, like a few years later, Midnight Sun leaked,
Yeah.
which is basically Edward's point of view on the Twilight Saga. And nobody thought that she would do anything with it because she really got upset that it had gotten leaked and she was kind of done with it.
Yeah.
everybody was kind of done with Twilight, even the actors. So even though she's coming out with this book, there probably won't be any more movies, but a lot of people don't even like them, so I'm not one of those people. I've watched them. I can't even tell you how many times. But
I'm pretty excited.
I read
about
the first 3 chapters because that's what got leaked.
Yeah.
I actually just read it very recently too, so I'm excited for it to come out.
I'm pretty excited about that, actually. I feel like that would be a pretty good...
I want to know what he thinks about the fact that he can't read her mind.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's the whole thing.
I'm interested to see how she describes whenever they first meet. And like
that scene where she like stinks.
Right. I'm interested to see what she writes or what he thinks about that.
Yeah.
And then turn around and whenever he went and fed or whatever, and then his mood changed towards her completely.
Yep.
What his thoughts and everything were.
Or maybe it'll have some of his history and backstory in there too.
It probably will. I would imagine it did, because he was dying from the Spanish flu, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So he would have first-hand experiences with the coronavirus.
Yeah. So, all of this was all burnt.
Everything that the light touches
Was burnt. And then I came and I filmed the video that I never released, and I took a picture of a tree over in that area. If I have it, I'll post it. And then
camera noise.
Camera noise. No. Now it's all grown back. How great is that? That's amazing.
I want to ask a poll to everybody.
All right, what is it?
So comment below on the YouTube video or on Facebook, because I'm sure that's where we're going to share it more.
Yeah.
What are you most excited about getting out of the quarantine that we're under?
What are they most excited about doing?
Yes. Getting a haircut, shopping,
Probably going to be a lot. I imagine shopping will
going
be
to
a
the
lot.
store, having freedom. What are you excited about?
Freedom. We should have freedom. We're Americans.
I thought this was America.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to stop us right here because this trail dead ends. So we can either turn around or go all the way down to where it dead ends. Whatever you
really?
want to do. Huh?
That's kind of weird. I guess they haven't finished it.
It dead ends.
I want to walk up in the swimming place. Eesh.
Walk up in the swimming place?
Walk up in the swimming hole.
The swimming hole?
On my fishing pole.
My fishing pole?
Ow.
Pause the camera. Okay, so we're hearing this noise, and I don't know what it is. It sounds like a machine of some sort. I don't really want to make the noise because I don't want to. If it's something, I don't want it to think I'm calling it.
A mating call.
We are heading back to the van. We've got
Diary, day 13.
So if we don't make it back, if they find this camera, they'll have what happened. God, that's scary to think about, isn't it? We could be the Blair Witch Project.
I forgot I watched that.
There it is. It's back there somewhere. It ain't following us. I wonder if it picked it up on the camera. If I was really good at editing, I would play that clip again slow-mo to hear it.
With like a darkness filter on. You know, like when they go into ghost hunting places?
Yeah.
I used to watch those all the time
Me too.
when I had cable.
Me too. Me and my mom used to watch the ghost hunters all the time. Anyway, like I said, we're heading back to the van. We probably got a good mile in. The sun has claimed Malia. But it's okay. This is the first time I've been here in a month and a half, and it's exactly how I remember it. It's good. Are you filming my titties? Okay, give me the camera. You're officially fired.
Okay, you gotta realize that we haven't walked outside in heat in a while.
We haven't walked
We're
outside.
not conditioned.
You look tan.
Put a little tanner on before we left.
Did you? You had to be tanned. It
Oh,
probably
yeah.
helped you from the sun, wouldn't it?
Sun.
Yeah.
I have sunscreen on my face too.
Really? I can't remember a time as an adult, if you want to say that I am one of those, that I actually knew that I actually knew I was going out in the sun, and I put sunscreen on.
I became more conscientious about
It's
my
pretty sad.
skincare within the last like 3 years.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to wear sunscreen.
Yeah.
I have a sunscreen. I wear a lotion that has a sunscreen, and usually when I wear makeup, it has a sunscreen. So
Oh, so you're triple protected.
I'm not wearing makeup though, so I'm gonna
Plus, you want to be tan.
double. My face, I use a self tanner on.
Okay.
I don't really tan it, so it's really white.
She's talked me into putting on a tanning lotion one time in my life.
On our wedding day.
It was a very important time in my life, and it didn't turn out too good. My hands were really orange.
We didn't take any pictures of our hands.
Nope. What it is because your boy don't put on lotion.
That's the problem.
So your boy, too strong of a wind, I'll just blow away. So when we put this lotion on, it didn't do anything. I mean, it gave me a little bit of a tan, but it just pointed out the places on my body that was extremely dry, and my hands are probably drier than the Sahara. Is it Sahara or Sahara?
Sahara, probably.
Sahara, okay. Whatever, dude. It's coming from
Vowels.
the English teacher. Vowels?
Vowels give everybody a hard time.
No. They give me a hard time, that's for sure.
They give people a hard time trying to pronounce my name, so.
Well, that's all your name is vowels.
Amen. Yeah, that's why I get the crazy spellings. Literally. People can see how my name is spelled.
God bless, I've been married to you for a year, dated you for 5 years, and I've never realized that majority of your name is vowels.
Okay, and that's
Never
the problem.
thought about that.
Because a lot of times these are my names when people hear my name, okay? I used to work in customer service.
Leah was one of the ones I remember.
Savannah still calls me that. Most of the time. She's gotten better with her.
She's
meh.
She's not calling out anybody. She's talking about my niece, my 4-year-old niece.
She calls me Aunt Leah most of the time. Most babies that I've known have called me Leah. I think the "muh" part comes a little later in their vocabulary. She can say it, but most of the time she's saying it
What
fast.
about mom? That's the same thing, muh.
I don't know. Oh,
Maybe she just doesn't want to say it.
I guess
Maybe
not.
she's just like a little you and just does what she wants.
Okay. And then,
She doesn't want to say it, so she
okay,
ain't going
so I
to.
get Maria a lot.
I've heard that one before. Yeah.
All the time people call me Maria.
Yeah.
Or Malia with a kind of a lot louder.
That's how I pronounce your name.
Malia. It
Malia.
does have a in it. But
Are you being a little anal with that one?
I don't think about it too much, you know, it's just my name.
Yeah.
Or most of the time I used to get Miss Kirk. They wouldn't even say my first name, so
My name is a fairly easy one to pronounce.
they can't spell it though.
It's just the spelling of it, you know.
Zachariah?
People spell it.
Zachalicious?
People spell it. Oh, please God. People spell it 100 million different ways.
Zachary?
They spell with the CH, a C.
What was that one that was on a cup the other day? It was the best one. Where were we at? It was at the restaurant, Defuniac. Best way I've ever seen it spelled.
Z-A-C-K-E-R-Y?
Yeah.
That's just
Starbucks
that's
is
just being a
fun
jerk.
for us, for both of
No,
us.
you want to know who? Okay, this is a shout out. I don't know if he's watched any of our videos, but my buddy Kelby, he's from around these parts, but he lives up in New York now. And,
You probably get some weird names too.
dude, he sent me some pictures and he's put them on like his Instagram and Snapchat of when he went to Starbucks. Holy cow, you talk about the worst. Like, these people aren't even trying to spell his name.
Hey,
Like,
I'm
how
gonna
do you spell his name?
Kelbee.
Wow!
Is that how he does his?
Okay, I hope he watches this.
I have a Kelbee in my class, and that's how he spells his name. Is it E-Y?
Oh, it's why?
Just Y?
Yeah.
That's the problem. There's so many Kelbies now. That's like a really popular name. Gosh. I do have a Kelbee. That's why I have to type his name a lot, so that's why I go with that spelling.
No, I'll have to get him. Dang, I wish there was some way that I could get him to record himself saying some of the different spellings, and I would put it in this video. But
You know who
holy
has
cow.
the hardest time, and we don't even think about it? Your mom.
Your
sister,
I was about to say my
both of
mom
them.
and both of my sisters,
Yes.
because my mom was trying to be extra whenever she
It
was.
matches her
she
name.
was-
That's why she did
was.
it.
Listen. She was that Facebook mom in the '80s that wanted to spell her children's names just a little bit different.
You could have been Zacharie.
I think my mom wanted to do that, but my dad said no. But all of our names end with an E sound.
Yeah. English language, man.
Yeah.
You can make the E sound with
And
two
my mom
E's,
also,
I-E-Y. It's
she
crazy.
named her first child Amy, which A is what? English teacher?
A vowel.
No. Amy is her first child. What is,
A is
A.
the first letter in the alphabet.
okay? She named her second child Mandy.
It's the middle, and then the Z is the end. That's cool. Mom did that.
She likes to
Angela,
say.
Malia, Zane.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
She likes to say that she didn't do that, but
A-B-M-Z.
oh, you can see. Don't you love whenever you can literally see this thing about Malia. You can see as she's having thoughts. Like thoughts doesn't just happen in her head to where you can't see them.
Happened on my
They
face.
happen everywhere. It's her hands.
That's
it's her
why.
face.
That's why I
it's her
can't be in
voice.
meetings and people can't I can't go to meetings in person because that happens to me.
If you ever.
Or if I get mad or
If
something,
you've
it's
ever
like
met
you
her
can see on my
and been
face.
around her long enough to where she talks to you like she's talking to me right now, you know that she interrupts you 75% of the time. Look at these pine cones. Are you checking out these pine cones? These pine cones are huge.
The things hit you in the head, you're a goner. You ever had a green pine cone fall on you?
Nope. Have you?
My grandparents have really tall pine trees, like probably a little taller than this, in their yard. And when the green pine cones start falling on the ground, you can't go outside. You know why?
Are you quarantined?
You'll have a concussion. Your car can't park underneath a pine tree either because it will mess it up.
You know, I have to look up this statistic, but isn't there like a certain amount of people that die from coconuts every year? Hitting them in the head?
I can see that.
Could you imagine being so perfectly timed in life?
Well, think
If
about
you-
Isaac Newton and the apple.
Was that true though, or was that just a story that he said
I don't know.
to describe what
I've
he was
always thought
talking
it was true.
about? Okay. How did it not happen to Johnny Appleseed then?
Johnny, yeah, he's real.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Wouldn't Isaac Newton come before Johnny Appleseed?
What did he?
Historically?
Did he?
I don't know. That's like a kindergarten story.
See, there you go. There's a podcast that we could do. We could look up Johnny Appleseed
No, Isaac Newton.
and all the facts about him and compare them. See, there you go. Boom, we just made that up.
Nobody wants to watch that.
I would watch that. Isn't that the best part about it, is that you make content that you would watch?
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Bye. Hope you find your dad.